Did y'all see that just now? It was a big bumblebee pollinating my manpukuji flower. I didn't know that they like carrots or carrot flowers. So I'm basically walking into this jungle and I'm going to get some of that compost tea over there, or green tea, since it's technically not composted before I put it in there. I'm gonna go get some of that green tea. You can also see I have some over here with grass growing out of it, so that's some very healthy tea there. But this one has more material in it than over here, but you can definitely see the green coloring in both of those. If I were to stick my hand below it, you basically wouldn't be able to see my hand. You can see all the mosquito action going on in there, so it's lively. So let's get this dipped in there. Matter of fact, I can, something jumped. That was a big frog jumped out of there. See that frog? So even the frogs like it. So basically, if I stick my fingers in there, you can see how thick that coloring is. So I'm gonna use this to feed my Haru Madhu melon vines, since they're producing so well and they will be near ripening soon. I want to give them the best nutrients possible that will be delivered very quickly to the plants. So I don't want to put down any slow fertilizer. Now I want to put down something that's going to feed the plant immediately. Okay, and look, it's pollinating over here too. This is new Corota. So I guess I'm gonna have me some long Corota carrots this time, huh? Manpukuja grows to like 3 or 4 feet long, and new Corota is a short, stubby carrot, but I didn't realize bees would be pollinating them. So that's I saved some new Corota seeds already, so it's not a bummer. I guess I'm just have to mark off those new Corota seeds so I don't mix them up with my good seeds. So if we look in here, I just want to see how many vines are actually growing. You can see how thick this stalk is here. It's about the size, about as thick as my index finger. So that's one plant. Here's another one. This one's a tiny bit. This is a tiny one. It's about half the size of my index finger. Got some peanut plants in here. A few plants. It's kind of hard to dig in there, but basically I'm gonna just water this grow bag. This is where all of my vines are for the Haru Madhu. And this video, it's not about me watering, but it's basically about me how I'm going to protect the Haru Madhu plants or melons, because Haru Madhu is very similar to Kajari. They both come from India and they have similar fruit qualities. Haru Madhu is a soft skin variety. Kajari is said to be an edible skin variety, so you can actually eat the skin of Kajari melon. So let's dump that in there. We're not expecting any rain today, so I just wanted to get some water on there. It's a drought tolerant variety, so it doesn't need much water. Man, this thing is growing fast. It's definitely larger than yesterday when we checked it out. So you can see sweet ants crawling on it. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these I have these bloom bags, basically insect bags where you use them to protect your fruits from insects. You basically cover it. You can use it for grapes or whatnot. You cover the clusters, or you cover whatever you're trying to cover with this bag, and that keeps the insects off. What I'm gonna do is, because I noticed that with Kajari, when the melons lay flat on the ground, or when they sit flat on the soil, just like these Haru Madhu are, you can see they're inside of these 3-gallon containers that just so happen to be right here, and that's what vines so happen to set fruit at, and they're sitting in those containers. which kind of worked out for me, I guess. But with Kajari, I had it on the ground, and if this is anything like Kajari, the insects will try to eat through the bottom. They never try to eat through the top of the melon. So when it comes time to harvest, you lift that melon up and you're disappointed because there's some imperfections at the bottom. Depending on how hungry those insects are, they may actually eat into the melon, and depending on how many insects there are, they may actually destroy the whole fruit without you even seeing that it was being eaten into. So this isn't ready to slip yet, thankfully, so I can move the melon while taking care and making sure I don't break this stem here, because it's grew this long so far. I don't want to ruin all the progress by breaking that fragile stem. So it's gonna I'm doing this with one hand. I would rather do it with two hands. I should have brought my tripod. But basically I'm gonna slightly lift this melon up. You can see I double folded the insect netting there. And just gonna put that under there just like that. And now that melon is protected at the bottom. Just gonna push it under a little bit more just in case. And it's protected at the bottom. And just to show I have another one. I only do it for the larger melons once they're sitting on the soil and once they get close to ripening. So basically I double folded it like this. Stuff biting me. I double folded it like this, and you can also fold it again and produce a thicker layer of protection from those hungry insects that like to eat into these aromatic fruits. So I'm just gonna double fold because I don't think it shouldn't be too much insect action inside of these containers. It's not like I water them or anything, but they do get rainwater. So this will protect it from the insects, but it won't protect it from hungry animals. So you have to be aware, because these fruits, if this is, like I said, if this is anything like Kajari and it has the qualities that Kajari has, then this melon will be very aromatic. It will be very soft during ripening. So you definitely don't want to sacrifice your fruits. And like I said, it's easier with two hands than it is with one, but one hand will still get it done. And that's protected at the bottom. So this will basically protect it from the insects coming up through the soil. So if the Haru Madhu was sitting right here, the insects basically come up from beneath the melon. They tend to like shade, so they don't come very much out of the soil. It's like they like to eat the melon where it makes contact with the soil. And if it's not making any contact with the soil, that increases your chances of preventing any insect issues whatsoever. So I noticed that with Kajari. I told myself, if I grow anything like Kajari in the future, then I'm gonna need to protect those soft varieties at the bottom. So varieties probably like rock melon or something, you probably wouldn't have to do it. But Haru Madhu, I'm definitely gonna do it. Big leaves on here, which means big melons. I remember yesterday we counted 4 fruit sets. There's one right here. I think I need to get this one situated into the container. If I can find its stem is right there, because this one is growing so weird. Definitely got to get this one situated. Now, growing on the ground, you probably wouldn't have to worry about moving your fruits around too much. Oops. Uh-oh, that one's hanging. So I need to get this one on the soil. All right. So not much going on. I just wanted to give it that little green tea fertilization pump. Give it a pump, a little fertilizer. These are growing real fast. I might actually do a second watering. And I'm also going to show y'all how to make a super intense tea. I was just on hiatus and I didn't get to making that video, but I'll definitely get to making that soon. It's supposed to be a fourth fruit set somewhere. I'm definitely going to see it when it gets larger, but here it is right here. So this is the fourth one right here. This one is already hanging, looking good. This is it's good right now. So when those get a little bit bigger, I'm going to get ready to put those insect bags down. Beautiful vines, I tell you that. It's an excellent cover crop. It's helping to shade out the ground, helping to shade its own grow bag that it's growing in. These are actually, they seem like they're growing larger than watermelon. Come check out the zucchini. See if that female bloom opened up yet. And yes, it has. Here it is. Hopefully it got pollinated. First zucchini of the season. All right. Just gonna do one more watering and I'm going in because it's hot. It's real hot out here. See, I got my pure rainwater. I just like to show y'all that difference. Got my clean rainwater there. And then I have my filthy water. That's what we're gonna call it, filthy water. You can definitely see it's showing much better growth than those watermelons are. A lot of vines in here. These are Hisho wool. Just a bunch of different stuff that I like to throw in. Nice thick coloring in there. Yes, I'm loving it, guys. I'm going to definitely show y'all how to make this tea. I feel like this tea is a game changer. And not only this tea, but I'm going to show y'all how to make it even more potent. I haven't made this tea as potent as it can get. I've just been throwing vines in there, and those vines have been doing well as far as breaking down in that water. It's basically like a compost tea, but I think it's more correct, more politically correct to call it a green tea. And that thick coloring, oh my goodness. Let's try to get some sunlight shining on it as it pours. Wow. This is lemonade for plants. So I'm just trying to water this big vine back here because I feel like that one is what's putting out all of those melons, but definitely want to make sure to get the whole bag because I have peanuts growing in there. Have this okra that's popping up out of the vines. Looks like it's gonna start making its okra. Oh yeah, it's already started making its okra. This is cowhorn okra, so we're gonna do an update on that soon. Yeah, so that's that, y'all. I got Haru Madhu watered in. This is my first time watering it in a while since it hasn't rained. And this water specifically will give it some excellent nutrition, some well-needed nutrition. I'm gonna update y'all real soon. It should be ripening soon. These are fast-growing varieties. The varieties from India, Madura. It's a little bit slower, but I'm hearing that it's supposed to be real sweet. So I'm also looking forward to Madura. But I'm loving how this Haru Madhu is growing, so I'm gonna definitely use this as a cover crop. Maybe for my citrus trees. I'm gonna plant grow bags next to my bananas. Help keep the soil cool of the grow bags because I'm only gonna grow in grow bags now, considering that the plants do so well. Okra grows well in grow bags. I'm gonna use it to cover crop. Companion plant with my okra and let it be its own cover crop. So that's that, y'all. See that big old bumblebee pollinating? That's my best friend. See y'all in the next one.